Hello, Vijay.
Hi, Shekhar. Good morning. Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, Vijay.
Oh,
One moment. We'll wait for a couple of minutes.
yeah, sure.
Good morning, Akshay. Good morning, Khaja. Good morning, Vijay. Good morning, Vishnu. Uh, any doubts in yesterday's discussion? We have discussed in detail on virtual warehouse. You guys are clear or not clear? Yeah, am I audible? That's fine. Today, today we will see how do we create the Snowflake account, and then we'll explore some basic things in Snowflake and what we are going to do in the Snowflake, and what are the things we need to consider, what are the things we are going to use. Everything we need to explore on the Snowflake page, and then try to create some basic objects and try to execute some basic commands, and we'll proceed further. Fine. See, you are able to my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So now, so I am going to create a Snowflake account. I am going to create a Snowflake account. So Snowflake account I am going to create. This is free trial version. Free trial version which will be valid until 30 days. So for this, your email ID is required. While creation of your Snowflake account, you need to provide your email ID. To that email ID, you will receive an activation link. Activation link. Once you create that Snowflake account, you need to save that. I will show you. Click on snowflake.com. Guys, make a note while explaining the things, because these are the steps, and you need to create from your end also by end of the session, or else after completion of the session you need to create your Snowflake account from your end and start exploring the things from your end also. Just click on the snowflake.com. So once you click on the Snowflake, once you click on the snowflake.com, you will navigate to this home page of your Snowflake page, and then here click on this start for free. Click on this start for free. See, once you click on the start for free, then you will navigate to this page. You will navigate to this page. Then click on and provide the details here. These details needs to be mandatory. DURGASOFT Institute. I am giving my email ID. It will go to the activation link. Will go to my email ID. Company, I will give the DURGASOFT. Role, select a consultant or BA analyst, whatever it is. So the reason is India. This is clear. Just you need to give the first name and then last name, and then your email ID, and then your company name, your role, and then your reason. Click on the continue. Click on the continue. See here, you have a different editions. You have a different editions in Snowflake that we are going to discuss as part of the session on different editions. We have a different editions in Snowflake: standard edition, enterprise edition, and then business critical edition. We need to discuss on this topic actually in all the projects, in all the organization, we are going to use this business critical edition. Please make a note. This business critical edition, you need to select this business critical. You need to make a note. We are using business critical edition in our project, so that you need to select this business critical edition. Here, choose your cloud provider. I told you in the very first class, your Snowflake has built on top of 3 cloud providers. One is Azure, one is AWS, another one is GCP. I told you in very first class. See here. See your Snowflake. This is the flow chart, which is initially I drawn from so my end only. This Snowflake has built on top of your AWS cloud provider or on Azure or on GCP. So in the organization or else in the project, either they are going to work with the Snowflake with the Azure or Snowflake with the AWS or Snowflake with the GCP. Then I am going to select with AWS. I am going to select AWS because I am comfortable with the AWS. Fine. Then select the region here. Asia Pacific Singapore. That's fine. Mention this region. Fine. And then get started. Skip all these options. If you want, you can select or else you can skip all the options here. Then you have option to skip here. Skip. 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 See, you are now signed up. The email to activate your account has been sent to the email ID. And then go to that provided email ID. Go to that provided email ID. So this is my email ID. Refresh and then wait for a couple of seconds. Activate your Snowflake account. You will get this activation link to your provided email ID. Click on this, click to activate. Guys, you are following or not? Making note somewhere?
Yes, Shekhar.
Yeah.
Super. Fine. Then click to activate. See here, whatever you are going to provide this username and then password, you need to make a note. So this is the username and then password you will use daily to log in or connect to your Snowflake environment. I am repeating once again. Whatever you are providing the username here and then password, the same username and then same password you will be using to connect to your Snowflake environment daily. So that please make a note somewhere, whatever the username you have provided here, whatever the password you have provided here. I am giving username as DURGASOFT 10. One second. See, this is the DURGASOFT username I have provided. because I will save each and every information. I will get the confusion. Now see, I have given the username, I have given the password, and then get started. Click on the get started. Fine. So this is your Snowflake homepage, and also you need to make a note of this URL also. So daily you will use this URL to log in into your Snowflake account. You will use the username and then password Till here, you are clear or not clear? Tell me guys. To create the Snowflake account, whatever we have followed the steps, you are clear or not clear?
Yeah, clear, Shekhar, on small dot. By the selection of cloud providers, any differences we can see if we choose Azure?
No, I will tell you.
Okay.
I will tell you. So who is that? Vishnu.
Yeah.
I will tell you. 1 second. Where is the chat? See here. What will happen? See what will happen here. So you asked what is the difference if I select a AWS or if I select a GCP, Azure, if I select a GCP. See here, this is a Azure. Nothing actually. This AWS in further in future, this AWS or Azure or GCP, if you select any one these three cloud products while creation of your Snowflake account, this cloud provider will be act as a source to your Snowflake. If you select as a AWS as a cloud provider, once you create the Snowflake and then while working with the Snowflake, the source files will be loaded into the AWS. The source files will be loaded to, suppose you have a Oracle data, you need to load the data into your Snowflake. To load the data into, I mentioned earlier, to load the data into Snowflake from the Oracle system, you have two ways. One is you can connect with the ETL tool. Another one is you can connect with the cloud providers where you need to load your source files, and then from there you need to load the data into your Snowflake data warehouse. So if you created an account or your organization is taken a subscription from the Snowflake, so based on their technology, based on their available tools are available in the organization, so based on that they will take the Snowflake subscription, and then 1 second guys. They will select the cloud products. I am comfortable with the AWS and then Snowflake, so that I have created the Snowflake account by using the AWS. So there is no difference. Any difference if you select a Azure, if you select a GCP, if you select a AWS. All those are the cloud providers you are using. Those are as a source systems to load the data into Snowflake. Make sense, Vishnu?
Yeah.
Any doubts? Clear or not clear?
Shekhar, it's clear.
Now, so this is your home page of your Snowflake. This is your home page of your Snowflake. We'll see one by one. What are the options are available? What are the options we are going to use as a Snowflake developer in this Snowflake account? The very first thing is worksheets. Make a note somewhere. This worksheets or worksheet page is used to submit your IO request to your Snowflake. Nothing but to submit your SQL code to your SQL code to your SQL code to your 1 second guys. In this worksheet, so if you click on this worksheet, so this is the page. This is the page you are going to write your SQL command and execute your SQL command in the worksheets. Fine. So this is the page. This is the worksheet page. This is the worksheet page. You are going to write your SQL code and execute your SQL code. And in this worksheet page, you have an option here. See, no database is selected. Here, in future or in your real-time project, whatever the database you are going to work, those database will be listed here. Those database will be listed here. You need to select that database. So this section will be having the list of the databases which are available in your Snowflake environment. Fine. So this is the one of the option. Now, see, if you create the multiple worksheets, the multiple worksheets list will be available in this section. Suppose, go here, go to home page. So click on one more worksheet. See, you have multiple worksheets. So if you click on the first one, it will go into the first worksheet. If you click on the second worksheet, then it will go into the second worksheet. So this worksheet section will be available the list of worksheets. Then now, what about this databases? This databases section will be available. What and all the list of databases are available in your Snowflake environment. So in this databases, you can able to navigate all the things here. See, this is the Snowflake, this system database, which is provided by your Snowflake organization, Snowflake company by default. See, this is the Snowflake database. In this Snowflake database, these are the list of the schemes here. List of the schemas here. If you expand the list of the schemas, then again you will get the list of the objects here. See, what and all the list of the objects we have in Snowflake means, I will show you that one. See, these are the Snowflake objects we have, and we are going to create all these objects, and we are going to discuss in detail on each and every Snowflake object. See here, account. Just now we have created a account, and then in that account, so you are a user, and then for this particular user, so the role will be assigned. So this is the database. In this database, you have a schema. See, I will show you that schema. See, this is the database. And then whatever you are seeing, all these are schemas here. So all these are schemas here. So under the schemas, you will be under the schemas, you can able to create, or you can able to see all these objects: task, view, materialized view, stage, pipe, user-defined function, stored process, stream, task, sequence. Everything you can able to create, and you can able to see those objects in your schema. See, if you expand one schema, you can able to see views and then function. If you expand another schema, you can able to see functions. If you expand another schema, see, you have views like that. So each and every schema will be having the its own objects. So this is one of the Snowflake existing database or system database. This is also one of the system database, and then this database has the list of the Snowflake schemas here. So the schemas, within the schemas you have a objects again here. See, if you create a table, then it will come a table also. It will list out the tables also. If you create a stored process, it will list out the stored procedures also. See here, in this schema you have tables. In this schema you have a tables. So far we have not created anything, just we are exploring the existing thing. So this is about the worksheet, and then this is about the database. Now, if you come here, this is the warehouse. Yesterday I have discussed the compute underscore warehouse. This is the default warehouse which is provided by the Snowflake company, and also we can able to create our own compute virtual warehouse that I will show you after this. Yesterday I discussed the virtual warehouse concept. What and all the options are available, how many types of virtual warehouse we have, that we will see one by one. Now see, I told you yesterday, automatically it will go into the suspend mode. You can resume. See, size, we have a XMAR size, and then you can able to select the next level also. So minimum cluster and then maximum cluster. You can able to increase that minimum structure and then maximum cluster. We will see how do we create the virtual warehouses also, and what are the options?
Where will you select it? No, it's a default one. The compute warehouse will be there. That option will be there.
This is the default one actually.
Okay. I mean, after the account admin, that option will be available, right? The compute.
These account admin, public security admin, sysadmin, user admin. These are the roles which are available in the Snowflake. Whenever the users are added into your Snowflake account, suppose this is your Snowflake environment. Just now I have created this environment. So DurgaSoft Institute is the one of the user. By default, account admin role is assigned to my user, like this. If the number of users are added into this Snowflake account, fine. The users are allocated to these roles based on the requirement. They will not be used in our real projects. They will not be give the account admin roles to everyone. Maybe they will give a customized roles by combining all the properties from each and every role, and they will create the customized role, and then they will assign you. That we will discuss later. So this is the roles option. You can able to select roles, and then this is the compute warehouse option. Here, if you create the number of if you create the virtual warehouses here, this virtual warehouse list of virtual warehouse will be available here. Then we'll see how do we create the virtual warehouse. And we'll see what are the options are available in the virtual warehouse. Go to the home page. You will have the admin here. Click on this virtual warehouse. So this is already available, existing. By default, Snowflake has provided one virtual warehouse. If you want to create a new virtual warehouse, see here, new warehouse. If you want to create a normal single virtual warehouse, just provide the name, and then select the size of your virtual warehouse. and then create the account. Yesterday I shown you in the notepad. Wait, let me get that one. This is the thing we have seen here yesterday. This single virtual warehouse and then multi-cluster warehouse. The same thing I am going to show you in the Snowflake account now. There is a see single virtual. If you create a single virtual warehouse, just you give the your name. See here. Virtual warehouse. First virtual warehouse. See, this is the
size means is a project size, right? Is it based upon a 1 GB or 2 GB? That one, right? The size.
Size I told you yesterday. So based on your requirement, you need to select a small or medium or large.
That's why it's a project size, right? I mean, data.
No. This is not an project size. Yesterday clearly mentioned. This is a hardware resource.
Okay.
This virtual warehouse is a hardware component to your Snowflake. If you are processing a huge data, if you are submitting a huge workloads to your Snowflake, so based on that, this is not an what do you ask? Can you repeat once again?
No. I thought the size of the project, based upon the size of the project, we need to select. Okay. Hardware of the project. Okay.
What is the meaning of size of the project?
I mean the data which we use in our project.
See, data is different. See, yesterday very clearly I explained everything here. See here. See, storage is different. This virtual warehouse is different. Storage is storage component. Which we can't see. Fine. Data will be stored in tables using SQL. We can see the data. Fine. Virtual warehouse is the hardware resource to Snowflake. Which is used to load, process the data, also to submit the IO request. Vishnu, you asked the question, right? Or Haja?
Myself. Haja.
Now you are clear or not clear? Tell me.
Yeah, clear. Based upon the data storage, how can we know that whether we need to choose a small, medium, and all? How can we know?
See, that's what. While initial setup of your project, your architecture, these things and all actually, you as a developer, you are not going to create this virtual warehouse, your roles, and then use those things and all. Your architect will decide. So your architect only knows, right? So how much data we are going to process into your data warehouse, and then how many users are connecting to your data warehouse, and what size the data is flowed into your data warehouse. Based on that analysis, they will be having the idea. So based on that, they will take the decision and they will create these virtual warehouse for the particular project. Fine.
Yeah, yes. Sure.
Then once you create this virtual warehouse with the size, and then you will be having the common options here. You will be having the common options here. See here, auto resume and then auto suspend. Yesterday I explained you what is the meaning of this auto resume and then auto suspend. This auto suspend, if you enable this auto suspend, then automatically the suspend after minute you need to give a number of minutes here. This warehouse type standard and then economy, then I will explain you. So this is a single virtual warehouse. Suppose if you want to create a multi-cluster warehouse, then again, so if you select the multi-cluster warehouse here, then so here you will be having the minimum clusters and then maximum clusters. If you select the minimum clusters and then maximum clusters, then again you have a scaling policy here, standard and then economy. Standard and then economy. Guys, you are following or any confusion?
Yes, I'm good.
Yeah,
See,
yes, Shekhar.
yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Clear, right?
Yeah, clear, Shekhar.
Fine. So if you want to create a multi-cluster warehouse, just you need to enable the option. You need to enable this multi-cluster warehouse and then mode auto scale and then maximize. I will explain you one by one. And then minimum cluster and then maximum cluster. So scaling policy is standard and then economy. Now, if you select auto scale, minimum number of customers is clusters 1 and then clusters maximum number of clusters 6 and then standard option. What it will do, if you create a virtual warehouse with these options, what it will do, whenever the data is loading into your Snowflake or whenever the IO requests are submitting to your Snowflake, internally it will calculate how many clusters are required, for this data load or for this number of complex SQL queries. So based on that calculation, the clusters will be increased one by one. If for your data load, if it calculates like minimum clusters is anyways 1, it requires maximum clusters 3, and then it will not go directly a 3, just it will add 1 plus 1 and then 1 plus 1 like that. Then if you select a economy, with the auto scale, the mode is auto scale and then the scaling policy is economy, what it will do, it will calculate internally that whatever the data is there in the pipeline, in the queue, or whatever the SQL queries are there in the queue, it can able to process till 6 minutes. If the provided data or if the provided SQL queries can able to execute those queries or to process the data, if it will take the 6 minutes, then only it will increase the number of clusters. If within the 6 minutes the process is going to complete, means it will not increase to the number of clusters. One second. See economy, it will wait and calculate if the queries are in the queue to execute for 6 minutes. If the queries are data, whatever we are going to submit to the Snowflake, if it's taking 6 minutes to process that data, or if it is taking more than 6 minutes to process that data, then only it will increase the maximum number of clusters. If the task is going to complete within the 6 minutes, then it will not going to increase. It will not going to increase a maximum clusters. In case of your standard, what it will do, whenever the minimum cluster is not sufficient, automatically it will increase to the next cluster one by one. So in case of this economy, what it will do, it will wait for the 6 minutes. If the task is not going to complete within the 6 minutes, then only it will add the next cluster. If you click this maximized, see, if you click this maximized, there is no minimum and then maximum clusters, and there is no scaling policy, also standard and then economy. Just if you select the maximized option here, you need to select the number of clusters. What it will do, if you create a virtual warehouse with the maximized option and if you provide the number of clusters, what it will do, parallelly it will use all the defined clusters to complete your task. Parallelly it will use the 7 clusters. So in real time, usually the best practice is auto scale and then standard they are going to use. So this is the best practice in our real-time projects, because so this is a very comfortable internally. So we can't see all these things and all. We can't see what is happening. So when the virtual warehouse is going to select, we can't see. But this is what is happening internally when you create the virtual warehouse and when you start working on the virtual warehouse. So make a note down in best practice in real scenario. So if they are going to create a multi-cluster warehouse, then they will select this auto scale as a mode and then scaling policy standard. So there is a purpose to create the auto scale and then maximized. See, this is standard and then economy. I told you what will happen if you select the economy. I told you what will happen the standard. Now let me know if you have any doubts here, guys.
Shekhar, if you choose the economy, then the process wait till 6 minutes. By default, 6 minutes will be there, right, Shekhar?
So internally it will calculate that the provided data load or the provided IO request will take more than 6 minutes to complete. Then only it will increase the number of clusters to next level, next number of clusters.
That's what that 6 minutes is the default time, or how it's
Yeah, that is the
defined?
default for this economy internally.
Okay. So based on the
But
time,
if
it will increase
standard,
the clusters based on
it
the
will increase
process
the
time.
clusters. Yeah,
Yeah.
see, suppose if you have selected, if you as a one of the user, if myself as the one of the user, if both are selected, both are submitted some couple of SQL statements to your Snowflake environment. Fine. So in the queue, the Snowflake will be having the multiple SQL code, right? You have submitted, myself also submitted. It will calculate that whatever the number of SQL queries are available in the queue, it will take more than 6 minutes to execute. Then only it will increase to the next maximum cluster to next clusters. Clear or not clear?
Yeah, economy is clear, but standard also it will increase the clusters, right, based on problem, but it won't check the time, right? Am I right?
It won't check the time. It won't check the time. So based on the load, it will increase to the 1 plus 1 plus 1, 1 plus 2, 1 plus 3, like that.
Based on load means how it will be.
Based on the frequency, based on your data processing, or based on your IO request. So you will load the data from platform to Snowflake, right? From your AWS or Azure or from GCP, right? Correct or not?
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So based on that, it will work. So this is the way to create your virtual warehouse. Once you create your virtual warehouse, this virtual warehouse, single virtual warehouse I have created. Once you create this, See, we have created this single virtual warehouse. If you go into worksheet, so you can able to see that virtual warehouse also. So whatever the virtual warehouses your project has created, those virtual warehouses will be available in this section. Now you don't, suppose if you want to select any database here, then you can able to see. Once you select a database, automatically the list of the schemas available in the database, it will display. You need to select that. You need to select that schema. Now we'll try to create one database. Create a database. Sample application. See, whenever you want to execute the code, you need to end with, in Snowflake, you need to end with the semicolon. And then whenever you ended with semicolon, you just place the cursor here, run to execute your SQL statement. Click on this run. Either you need to select this code, run, or place the cursor here and then click on the run. See here, database sample application successfully created. Now you have created one database here. Now tell me where this newly created database will be listed, in which part, in which section. So you have created your database here. You have created a new database here. My question is, where can I get this newly database which is created just now?
In the database section only we can see.
Sorry?
In the database section only we can see, right?
Correct. So in database section, just click refresh. Then you can able to see sample application. Here, when you create any new database, any new databases, by default, this information schema and then public schema will be created along with your database. So you created a sample application. Click here your sample application. Click here sample application database, and then for sure you need to select any one schema here. Now create schema, sample schema. I ended with the semicolon here. Just I will place the cursor here and then try to execute that. Now what will happen? Now tell me.
One question, Shekhar.
Mm-hmm.
Schema is stable or I don't know. So
Sorry.
what is schema?
Oh, what is schema? Oh, fine. That's fine. So, okay, that's fine. I will explain you, Vijay, right? You asked me the question. Do you have the knowledge on the database? What is the database? What it will be having?
I just know only the basic queries like select, update.
Sorry?
I just know only the basic queries like select, update.
Fine. That's fine. I will explain you. Don't worry. See, I will tell you what is the schema. I will tell you what is the schema. That's fine, because no one will be having all the knowledge. So this is your database. This is your database. Fine. This is your database. Just now we have created. Fine. Here. Just now we have created. This is clear. This is the database. Just now we have created. This is clear or not?
Yes, yes, Shekhar.
That is clear. Fine. Now we will go to the now. So usually in database, what we will create next further? So
Tables.
Tables, yes. One second. This is the table 1. This is the table 2. This is the table 3. Nothing but combination of multiple tables is a so this table is the one of the object. This table is the one of the object we can create in the database, right? So like that we have a many objects. So these are the combination of see combination of your tables. These things will be available in the So in database we will be having the multiple tables. Now next. So these are the multiple tables. Now let me search for the schema. What are the schema? Then I will tell you. Group schema is the placeholder. Schema is the placeholder, which is the combination of the objects.
That is different types of tables.
I will tell you. I don't know. I am unable to see this one actually. What I mean to say here, in a database, will be having the collection of the tables. This table is one of the objects in the database. In any database, table is the one of the object in any database. Like that, we have many objects like stored process, user defined functions, and then triggers, views, all these things. All the combination of these objects will be placed in one schema.
Okay.
All the objects will be created under one schema, because I will tell you, you have an organization. In the organization, so we will be having the multiple. Suppose for the organization, you need to create a one database, and then in that database you need to maintain your organization data. In your organization also, we will be having the multiple departments like sales department, HR department, finance department, marketing department, IT department, etc. Instead of creating a tables commonly, they will create the schema for finance department, finance schema. In the finance schema, finance is the one of the schema which is the collection of the database objects. So in the finance schema, what they will do, they will create the finance related tables, finance related stored process, finance related objects. Done. So that
Yes.
I'm not getting that. What is this option? Just I want to place all these things, groups, then it will make sense actually. No, that's fine. So like that, so finance is the one of the schema. In that finance schema, they will be creating the finance related objects. In the sales schema, they will be creating a sales related objects. All those schemas will be available in the organization database. Clear or not?
Yes, Shekhar, I'm clear.
See, instead of without creating a schemas, if they create a common objects, common database, common stored process for all the department means, then it is difficult to identify, difficult to manage also internally. So that they will create a schemas and then they will create a related objects in the schema. So database is a combination of the schemas. Schema is the combination of the database objects, I can say.
Okay.
Clear or not clear?
I'm clear, Shekhar.
Super. Now we have created this sample schema. This sample schema is available in this sample table. No sample schemas in sample application. Now, if you create a table, sample table, varchar, execute this table. Now tell me where this sample table is created. Now tell me where this sample table is created. Guys.
In the public.
How come in the public?
Sample schema.
Sorry? Open your mouth. Whether it is wrong or right, that is not a matter. Just tell whatever you are thinking. That's it. I will explain.
Sample schema.
The sample
Samples?
schema.
Sample schema.
Sorry? How? Why this table is going to create in sample schema? Why this table is going to create
Because we are using account admin in warehouse where all the queries are going to applied. Like
No. There is no comparison account admin and then warehouse. Leave about those things. That is different. Now my question is, that is different. There is no related. This table and then that account admin. Now my question is, I have created a sample table. So someone told that it is created under sample schema, under sample database, sample application database. My question is, why this sample table is created under sample schema? Why not in
maybe the collection of tables will be stored under the schema itself. The objects will be there, right?
So that's what. See here, public is a one schema, and then sample schema is the another schema. My question is, why only your table is created in this sample schema? Why not in public?
Maybe by default. Yeah, it's clear.
See, leave about the answer. At least you need to be clear of the question what I am asking.
Yeah, yes, clear.
Shall I tell the answer, or still you want to explore something?
By default, it will create under system user like the schema.
Which schema?
I can say public here.
You can say public. Why public?
So he's saying default, by default.
By default, you are saying that whatever we are creating objects in the database, by default it will go into the public schema. But someone told this table is created in the sample schema, but they don't know why this table is created in sample schema. Then let me explain. Let me explain here. See, this sample underscore table is created under sample underscore schema. Sample underscore schema. I will tell you why. If you explain this, if you expand, see, this is the sample application database we have created. This is the sample schema we have created, sample table. I can say the sample table has created in sample schema. If you expand this, you have a table, you have created this sample table. Why it is created sample table means, I told you in this section, see here, sample dot application, sample dot, you have selected a sample dot schema, and then you execute the code here, so that this table is created in sample underscore schema here. If you select sample underscore public, okay, and then execute this code, if you create this table, and then this table will be created under public also. Clear? See, this will matter. What is you selected? What is you have selected? Suppose,
Sir,
guys, you are clear or not?
Yes, Shekhar.
Yeah, clear.
Clear. Now tell me, if I select a snowflake, if I select a snowflake, and then anyone, if I select a snowflake database, this is a snowflake database. Under the snowflake, we have a many schema. I have selected one, this rollout schema. Now, I want to, now we are in snowflake database, and then this BCR underscore rollout schema. See here, I have selected the snowflake database. I have selected, see here, this is the database name, and this is the schema name. It is giving the heading name. I have selected snowflake database, and then I have selected the BCR underscore rollout, which is system defined database and then schema. We have not created this one. We have created just a sample underscore application only. Now my question is, I am in snowflake database and BCR underscore rollout schema. Now I want to read the table from this sample application database. Then how do I read this table? Tell me. As I am
You want
in
to read
different
sample
database now.
table only.
Sorry.
Which table you want to read? Sample table only in this snowflake.bcr alert.
I need to read the sample table from the sample schema from the sample application database here, as I am in another database.
First, we need to create table, right, in this schema.
Okay, so that is okay. Fine.
Then we can select the table.
Select the table.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Then any other options, guys?
Shekhar,
Any
your
other
question
options?
is clear actually.
Sorry.
Your question is not clear actually.
Question is not clear.
For me.
Fine. For you see. I will remove all these things. This is table 1, I can say. I can say table 1 now. How do I increase? This is table 1 now. Fine. This is table 1 now. This is database 1 now.
Shekhar, it's simple like how can we copy the table from one schema to another schema?
One second, guys. Let others also clear on the things, right? Or else I can copy this and then paste. One second, I will come to your question also. Now, this is table 2. This is table 2. This is database 2. Now, Vijaya, what my question is, first let understand your question clearly. What my question is, I have a table 1 in database 1. I have a table 2 in database 2. This is clear or not?
Yes,
At
yes,
least.
yes.
My question is, I want to read this table 1 from this database 1 into this database 2.
Okay.
This table 1 is available in one, or table 1 is available in the database 1. Database 1, see here. This, consider that this sample application is the database 1. Sample application is the database 1.
And sample table will be table, and you need to read
Sample
the
table is the table 1. See, this sample table is the table 1. At least
Yes.
this concept is clear.
Yes, 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 yes.
Now, I am selected a Snowflake is the one more database.
Yes.
This is
One
one more database, that is database 2. And then
this year rollout to the table 2.
table 2, that's fine. No, that is schema. That is schema. Just I have written the table 2. Leave about this table 2. So in this database, I need to read. In this database, I need to read this table 1. In the database 2, I need to read this table 1 into this database 2. Have it clear now?
Yes, 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 Shekhar.
Yes, clear.
Any answer? Any answer? See, this is your, see, in this table you have created a ID and the name. If you execute this query, then you will get the ID and the name. See, ID and the name. You don't have any records. You didn't inserted any data into this table, so that it is not giving any records here. This name, entire this database name, dot schema name, dot table name, whatever we have given here, this can be called as a fully qualifier name. Fully qualifier name. In your real-time projects, always you are going to give your table names like this only. Even though if you are in a Snowflake sample application database, in your sample schema, see, sample application and sample schema, already you are in this database and this schema. Directly you can write this table, but this is not the good practice. You need to write like this only. Always. What will happen if you write like this? Whoever is going to execute in any database, suppose you have developed your script, I am executing your script into some other database. it is doesn't matter in which database you are executing, but your SQL script should be executed properly and give the result, proper result. So that you have to give the fully qualified name for all your objects. Now tell me, you are clear or not clear? If you are not clear, then I will explain once again.
Yes, yes, clear.
Shekhar, one question.
Super. Yeah, tell me, madam.
If you are in the any database, we can just give the fully qualifier name, and we can get the objects from the other database also. Am I correct?
Yeah. If you provide this fully qualified name, if you provide this you need to give like this only.
Okay, okay.
This is the best practice.
Okay.
In your
If you
real-time projects. Yeah.
if we are in the same database, select star from sample table is enough, right?
No. Even though if you are in the same database, then also you need to give this fully qualified name in real scenarios.
Okay.
Because see, you know that you are in correct, you know that you are in your sample application database. But if someone is using your query and then trying to execute, he need to time to understand. So which database we need to use, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So always in whatever the query in stored procedure you use, wherever you used this tables, you need to use this fully qualified name only. In real-time projects also, if you dig into the code, then you will get the code like this only. By seeing this, you need to identify, you need to understand, yes, this is my database, this is the schema, this is the table. You should not surprised.
Okay, got it.
Clear or not
Shekhar,
clear?
yeah, clear. Can you set the permissions that saying that those tables should not access by others like that? Can we set the permissions in admin?
So those things are the admin roles here. As a
Okay,
developer,
okay.
we will not take care. I will explain you how you
Okay,
create
okay.
users and then roles and what is the purpose of those roles. But by creating the roles, by creating the giving the privileges and granting the privileges and revoking the privileges, those things are all DB headache. Right? Clear or not? Hello?
Yes, Shekhar, yeah, clear.
Fine. Then if you are clear, then we'll close the session for today. And then we will meet on Monday morning, same time. If you have any doubts, then ask me, or else we will close the session.
Shekhar,
Yeah,
if you want me to learn something, like you can tell me so that I'll just give a glance of what are the topics that I need to prepare before listening your session on Monday.
better you need to be touch base with me. I will share my email ID and then my mobile number. I will tell you. So whoever, not only you, all the students. This is my number, and this is my email ID. Touch base with me. I will tell you, I will explain you what do you need to learn SQL code. Those things are done very clearly. In weekends, just try to touch base with me. Anyone has any queries like this, then I will explain you. According to that, we can plan.
Okay, I'll pin you in WhatsApp so that you can share me some of the questions so that I can prepare.
Sure.
Okay.
Anyone,
Okay.
make a note of my contact details. And anyone has any queries, just reach out me. Just message me in the WhatsApp. For sure, I will respond whenever I get a time.
Okay.
Fine, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Shall we close for the today? Guys, whatever we are discussing here, you guys are understanding clearly, right? There is no confusions. There is no gaps in understanding the concepts one by one, right? Why I am asking is, so whoever is, whether you are from a IT background or non-IT background, or from a database background or non-database background, they need to understand each and every word, each and every concept clearly. That's what I am repeating again and again. and I am going into very ground level and explaining all the each and every word meaning also. Is that clear?
Yes, Shekhar. Thanks for that.
Yes.
Yeah. Fine, guys. If you don't have any questions, then we will close the session for today, and then we will meet on Monday, same 7 a.m.
Sure.
Thank
Thank you.
thank
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Shekhar. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Bye. Bye.